Alright, what's up YouTube? We've only got 10 minutes, so we're going to do this quick. As you saw, the title of this video is The Tone Thief. What I mean by that? Well, we're going to go over this and how to figure out if that's your problem as well, and if so, how to fix it. So you're seeing my pedal board right now. That's what matters. This is just this foot switch for my amp. We're not going to be using that, doesn't matter, and the TS9 is not plugged in right now. So the signal chain you are seeing is basically going from this PRS Mark Holcomb. I'm tuned to B right now. Not that that really matters, but that's just what it's tuned to. That is going into the Crybaby that you're seeing right, where's my finger? Right here, Crybaby. That goes into a Doom Bloom, that goes into a Big Muff, that goes back to the amp. Then the amp, which is still my Mesa Boogie mini dual rectifier, currently set on the clean channel like I said. We're not going to be using the other one, it doesn't matter. That has an effects loop, the effects loop is on, the effects loop goes from the back of the amp into the chorus that's right there, the yellow pedal, goes into the flanger that's there, which I believe goes into the MXR memory, MXR carbon copy that goes into the reverb pedal from the Holy Grail Neo from Electro Harmonix, and then back to the amp. So, we're going to turn on our volume, and I'm just going to check something real quick. So the effects loop is engaged. You can see that it is. You can hear a bit of chorus there. So the effects loop is engaged. So we're just going to play a few things. That sounds alright, right? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just kick in, let's say, the Big Muff. Still not too bad, right? We're going to just turn that off to avoid a bit of feedback. Let's try the Doom Bloom. Not horrible, not the best, right? Well, if you notice that pedals you're buying aren't sounding great for whatever reason, you might be having the same problem I was having. I couldn't get the Big Muff and the Doom Bloom to sound any kind of decent, and I was starting to think it was just the amp head that just didn't quote-unquote take pedals very well. I was starting to even look at getting like a Fender Bassman or something like that a lot of people seem to be using when they're running fuzz pedals, and should have been like a nice clean amp. But before I did that, one of my friends suggested that I look for if anything was just stealing a bunch of my tone. He said like if you're running any kind of pedals other than what the effects that you think might be not sounding as great as it should, go ahead and maybe unplug all your effects and just run that and see if it sounds any kind of better. Culprits of this are often going to be pedals that aren't true bypass. The wah isn't. So that was my first suspect. Like I said at the start, my amp has an effects loop switch, an effects loop and a switch to turn it off and on. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it off. So it is fully off. Let's see, we'll put on some reverb. No reverb, so the effects loop is effectively off. So let's see what we sound like now. Big muff. Doom Bloom. So I don't know about you guys, I don't know if it's coming out over the cell phone mic here. It's all that I wanted to set up to make a video quick today for you guys. I don't know, to me it sounds way better. So let's just go back quickly and then we'll find our tone thief. Effects loop is back on. Take them off quick. Doom Bloom. It's subtle, but it lost something and it doesn't sound as good to me. And just to prove that the effects loop is on, we've got a whole bunch of reverb. So, well, by super simply taking the effects loop out of the solution, we eliminated our 3 pedals that are in front of the amp. They don't use the effects loop, obviously, so it can't be any of them, because if I disable the effects loop, to me anyway, the tone gets a little bit something extra. So your next step is going to be looking at your 4 pedals that are in your effects loop, which are these 4 here. Like I said, it's going from yellow to the purple flanger down to the green memory. I keep calling it a memory. Carbon copy into the EHX. So what you do is basically run the effects loop into the MXR chorus at the top. Chorus straight back to the amp. Does the tone still sound good? Effects loop on off? Yes, it sounds the same. That's not it. Onto the next pedal, onto the next pedal, onto the next pedal. You can do them one by one, or you can just start adding them in, because as soon as your tone drops, that's probably the one. In my case, the chorus sounded fine. The flanger I added in, oh, that doesn't sound good anymore. What the hell's going on? And I quickly noticed, and I probably did this when I plugged it in super quickly, so it is my fault. But let me unplug the pedal, and I will show you guys what the problem was very quickly, because we're running out of time. So, here's that pedal up close, TC Electronics. It's a flanger. You'll see here on both sides you've got 2 sets of input jacks, mono and stereo in and out. I don't know why I had done this. I probably, like I said, plugged it in quickly. My issue was that I was going through the stereo. Obviously I don't have a stereo rig. I don't know what that's doing internally to the sound, but just switching it to the mono in and out fixed my tone issue. So that's one of the things you want to look at. Sometimes it'll also be a pedal that's just not true bypass, and in that case you're going to want to look up a bypass pedal, or if you're willing to just scrap that pedal and find one that's true bypass, that would also fix your problem. Anyway, there you go, Tone Thief found and fixed, and hopefully this can help one of you guys out there.